Hundreds of community members volunteered with nonprofit organizations on Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service. It all started with the cleanup on 4th Street. Then there was a peace march and a celebration that followed to end the day of service.
What's real, what's true? Ain't a lot of people walking in his shoes. Ain't a lot of people walking in yours too. Steady trying to find hope, all the things we knew. Super jammers, cartoons and video games. Fast forward to a drug life and minimum wage shooting the gates. It's crazy how his light turned out. I can hear his mom crying as she visit him now. Said, I'll keep holding, my son folding. I'll never give up. No, I won't, yeah. Chasing moments for life. Will remember. Yeah, for life. Everybody with me. Everybody with me.
This year, our theme is love. Let our voices empower communities. So this celebration really is about our local community voices being heard and coming together in the spirit of unity and the spirit of Dr. King, celebrating his life and legacy.
More than 100 people came together to clean up 4th Street before the march. The 8th annual Martin Luther King Jr. Peace March drew Delawareans from all walks of life who embraced the message of inclusiveness and peace. Many marched with handmade signs that were created by children.
The importance of this is community, obviously. Martin Luther King's dream was all about being inclusive and having as many people as possible kind of having equal opportunity for freedom and to bring everybody out. Hopefully we'll see a good turnout and hopefully we'll see a good cross-section of the whole city, and that's a part of the dream. You know, we obviously still have a long way to go to get to what his vision is, but this is, you know, a piece of it.
It's just a wonderful opportunity for us to come together as neighbors. It's a wonderful opportunity for us to show our commitment to these values of social and economic justice and the things that we can do when we come together and talk openly about those concerns and the legacy of what Martin Luther King stood for. So I just think it's a powerful day, and it's always really touching, I think, to sort of walk through the streets of the West Side and, you know, we'll chant or we'll sing "We Shall Overcome" and see people come to their doors or come out of the shops and, you know, honk their horns on the street. I love that energy, and then I love coming into the celebration afterwards, and I was just sort of overflowing with pride today, just seeing all the talent that we have on the West Side, all the different acts that were up there on stage, all the different resources that we have of people who came out to show, you know, different ways that people can get help or to serve and things like that. And so it's just a really affirming day for me.
Volunteers and elected officials also believe the event was aimed at service and getting more people involved in their neighborhoods.
Today is basically observing his birthday, a day of service. He's always made certain that he let people know that he was a public servant, that he served his community, he served the people. And to me, that's the essential portion to make certain people are aware of, service. So like they say, it's not a day off, it's a day on, and it's better to put your hands actually to something rather than just give speeches, but actually try to, you know, we've done cleanups in our community, we fed the homeless, you know, we're making certain that the things that may not happen on a normal day happens this day.
Martin Luther King Day 2020 for us is just another stellar opportunity for us to really connect corporate and nonprofit partners, not just in the state of Delaware, but also in New Jersey now. And we're excited because we have over 12 sites that are hosting such a day as this, allowing people the opportunity to give back through service.
Martin Luther King Day has always been a day on for me. So I've always done some type of service work on Martin Luther King Day. So this has been probably my 4th time here with Westside Grows Together and their Peace March and their community celebration they do afterwards. It's one of my favorites that I come to. I make sure I don't miss it. We realize that too, you know, there's so much going on in the city of Wilmington, and we want to make sure that we can support not only on Martin Luther King Day, but a continuous service throughout the year. So this is kind of like the start of what happens throughout the rest of the year, and I'm always excited to be here.
For some, Martin Luther King Jr.'s message of service and peace should be celebrated 365 days of the year.
If people think about how to help other people every day, and I think every day you'll be doing some of the things that Martin Luther King does. You might not be doing a march on Washington or having the freedom, the last speech, I have a dream speech, but you can do your part, you know, and everybody's just doing their part of humanitarian. Then I think every day we'll be doing a peace march or a peace day.
We're stronger together. when we're like five fingers, and when we come together, we become a mighty fist. And we have to do this continuously, you know, to at least let the youth know that there is hope. And hope really starts with us. And I remember Martin Luther King once said that, you know, he has a dream, but now we have to remember that we are that dream. And we have to continue leading. And it's just beautiful for me to see people from different nations, different backgrounds, and we come together here and unify on the day of service. And we do this because, you know, what's the point of here living on earth if we're not serving for others? So that's why we need to continue doing what we need to do on our end.
The day of service ended with volunteers and community members coming together at West End Neighborhood House for a celebration that featured local artists.
It's so unreal, God made you my new star. There's no words for what you are to me. Oh yeah, 'cause when I look into your eyes, I see me. And when I see a smile, I can't believe God made you especially for me. Swear you're the only one that I need. Love you with every breath that I breathe. You're the key to my good morning. Martin Luther King and his giving heart for change to transform the present is still beating in our consciousness. Do you feel Martin Luther King? Today? Every day? Martin Luther King is us, as many other social fighters. It's in our blood, it's part of the cosmos. So we remember that every morning. Who are we this morning? Which spirits are with us? What is our value and our message? What are our actions today that are going to change the world and help all those social fighters for justice?
Through the space and time of my mind, realize a lot to my own mind. I committed a crime, and as long as you stay away, shall my heart be penalized? I can build a mountain, but how do I build a bridge of love to you? I can paint the skyline, but how do I paint a perfect picture of me and you?
As the civil rights icon Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. stated in his The American Dream sermon, the substance of the dream is expressed in these words. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Reporting in Wilmington, Delaware, Yesenia Taveras, 22 News.